Namaste and welcome. It's Christina with Jai Bhakti Yoga Foundation. I'm so blessed to be here with you yet again. As always, we'd like to thank you for your support and your contributions to your programming so that we can continue to serve you as best as we can and provide you these tools and these classes to enhance and empower your personal yoga journey. So today we'd like to offer you a yin class. We're going to begin there. So what you'll need is, of course, your yoga mat, and if you'd like to add some padding to your mat, then I would encourage you to also grab something to support your knees as well. And then when you're ready, grab also a blanket and maybe even some blocks and a strap. So that way you have all of your tools in case you need them or not. All right. Let's begin in a comfortable seated position. I like to start with sitting on a block or elevating my hips. So this way we find ourselves opening up spaciousness through the Manipuri chakra. And then release the hands down to your knees or thighs. Close your eyes. And I've had the art and practice this week of a lot of opening up and creating spaciousness. And so we'll be focusing on letting go and surrender, which are two really strong, powerful phrases. And so taking this time to sit and hold the space and not the breath. So in yin classes, we will hold poses for anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. We don't do a lot of postures, but we do a lot of opening. And could be emotional. It could be a different experience for some. So give yourself plenty of compassion as you go through this new awakening and the process of yin yoga together. We begin now, sustaining this posture. If you want to make any last minute nuances, movements, just sitting in this space, connecting to breath, letting go, letting exhale and inhales be natural. Begin to take yourself into a journey, maybe even noticing where your body is right now and rooting your tailbone into your block or into your blanket, into the earth, and lengthening through the crown towards the top. Notice the inhale creates an expansion, and notice the exhale and the contraction. Your posture, if you can lengthen up through the crown a little higher, rooting down a little more. You might even begin to visualize a vibrant white light or orb, color, shape, or pattern. Notice the origin of this light. Notice this light expanding, wrapping around you. Notice what it feels like. Notice the temperature. Visualize yourself releasing all of your thoughts and worries with each exhale, letting go, feeling lighter. As though you had a balloon in front of you, attached to the ground, a hot air balloon. And it wishes to float up into the universe to see the nature, the shafts of light that create the smiles and the faces of the earth. In order to do that, we need to let go, we need to sever. We start to cut a cord, each exhale. notice that you get to the last cord. And you notice that you need it. You need it in order to get into the balloon. Do you really need it? Can you get into the balloon and sever the cord? You can. Once in the balloon, you sever the last cord, and off you go to freedom, to float, to see with clarity from the bird's eye view that which is greater than yourself. Begin to make some movement here. Natural movement. Capturing this moment. Maybe some neck rolls. And in this sueño, in this dream, you come back to center. And we capture this moment. Moving the torso in a few circles, awakening up through the pelvic floor. Reverse. And then coming back through to center, shaking out the hands, making some wrist rolls, maintaining that space of meditation and awareness throughout the practice as best you can. Rotate in opposite direction. Really focusing on your breath more than anything else. Good, and then release that down, and then shoulder shrugs, lift back and lower, just warming up the body now, slowly awakening and rising up. Reverse. Right on, very nice. Okay. And let's reach the arms up in a big good morning stretch. And exhale, hands down. Inhale, arms reach up. Twist to the right. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Let's change the cross of the legs. Nice. Now from here, kindly take the left hand down towards the ground, or you can use your block. I'll use my strap to bring the earth to me. And then from this space, I'm just gonna lift my right arm. Get a nice stretch, reach. Let's tick-tock over to the other side. Right hand down, left arm lifts, reach, stretch. 2 more, windmilling from side to side. Remember, just go at your own pace, go at your own flow. What does your body want this morning? You can do all of these poses for the most part in a chair. Very nice, everyone. Let's come back to center. Very nice. And then from this space, let's go ahead and extend the legs out in front of us for a moment. Good. And then from here, I'm just going to turn my seat so that you can see what my legs are doing. So we're going to extend the legs out long here, and then on your next breath, lift the right leg up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg lifts. Remember, it doesn't have to be too high, especially because we're elevated. Release. Inhale, right leg lifts. Point the toe. Exhale, release. Inhale, left foot lifts. Point the toe. Very nice. Exhale, release. Madhu's going to come join us today. Inhale, right leg lifts. Point the toe. Exhale, release. Inhale, left leg lifts. Point the toe. And release. Let's come into stretch. So this is where I'm going to ask you to go ahead and take yourself off of your block. So this way we can come into pigeon stretch reverse for the morning, just waking up the body. There's not a lot of movements here, okay? So for this space, you're going to take the right foot and cross it over the left, and then flex the foot. Now this could be very uncomfortable for some students, so I will encourage you to keep the legs straight. Your leg, your knee might be way up here today, and that's fine. We're gonna take your block, okay? And you're gonna take the block, place it underneath that right thigh, and let it rest. And then lift the hips and then reposition so you're a little more comfortable. Lengthen through your spine. Don't worry about leaning forward. Good. And just getting a gentle stretch here. And this is just warming up the body. We're not holding them for too long. We're just getting into the shape and learning the shape and experiencing it. And then we're going to take time to change and transition sides. So on an inhale, start to take the knee in, and let's switch. And then this space, we're going to take the left knee in, and I'm going to turn so that Madhu can take the other side, and bring the right foot over your leg. You might even bend the knee depending on how you're feeling to plant your foot into the ground there. And then hands come behind you to start, lift, or remember what we did before. Now, if you have your block, let's go ahead and place it on the other side. Let's support, maybe help your hips up and back down, okay? So just a lot of gentle movements on the feet also right now, not a lot of heavy movement there. Really feeling the energy flowing through you, connecting to your breath, finding that guidance, finding that space. And then very kindly, let's go ahead and let's release all of this. Let's take ourselves onto hands and knees. Please make this comfortable for your knees. And just a couple movements here. Once you're in your hands and knees position, let's take the block with you and come to a seated position. And place the block in between the feet. Unless you feel comfortable with sitting on your heels with the feet together and the knees together. If you feel comfortable there, then go ahead and stay in that space. Lengthen through your spine, roll the shoulders back, look forward. This is a space where I'd like to just take some time to open up the shoulders with some circles. In opposite direction. And then go ahead and take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, or go ahead and reach for your strap. Take it to the extent that you need of your strap and go ahead and use it to pull down. A sock works fine here, as does a belt, a scarf. Just really pull your knuckles down towards the earth. If your knees feel really, really sensitive here, you can stay sitting in a chair, okay, and grab the back of the chair, or you can extend the legs out in front of you. And then kindly lift the arms behind you and lower. Draw the ribs in towards one another so as to not sway out. Last one here. Nice. From this space, roll the shoulders back. Take the right arm up with the strap. Bend the elbow and hold onto the strap and hold the elbow pointing towards the direction of the sky. You might have your elbow out towards the side more. Okay. Your left arm extends out behind you. Bend the elbow, take it so that the back of your hand is along your back, and then wrap your hand around the strap. Good. You'll see it in the other angle, maybe a little bit. I'll turn so you can see what I'm doing. Good. And then from here, once you have your strap, nice, hold it, and looking up towards the sun, shining your light. Remember not to go too far into this pose, as we'll revisit it for a longer amount of time later. Relax through the shoulders, relax through any tension. Slowly release the strap, release that left arm down, roll the shoulders. And reverse. Let go, release. Left hand comes up, take the strap with you. Very nice. Bend the elbow. Let the strap press along the cervical. Reach the right arm out to the side of number T. Rotate the palm back, bend the elbow, reach for the strap. Once you have your strap, friend, start to pull the strap apart. Lift your chest and draw the ribs in. Close the eyes. And breathe. The sensation of light around you, in you. Releasing any sensations of tension as to sever the cords of that balloon, letting you fly it up to the sky. And inhale, reach all the way up. There's little Juanita. Exhale, release. Hi, Juanita. And extend the right arm long and release. Make some little shoulder shrugs. Good, good. And then interlacing the fingers, reach the arms up. And exhale, let the hands come down. Very good. Go say hi to Juanita. From here, we're going to take the right leg forward. I always get nice visitors. It's really sweet. Hi, baby. And then press your thigh forward. This is where I'm going to ask you to take your block with you. I can use Maru for my support right now before he takes off to visit Juana. But she's sneaking her way closer. So there he goes. And let's go ahead and take the block to maybe the second or even the third level height. And this is where we will be for the next few minutes. Go ahead and close your eyes here if you can. Our two little friends have joined us for yoga. Be nice with each other now. Here we go. Good. Deep breath in and out. Mira, Maru, be good boy. So everyone gets some love. Everyone gets love in yoga here. Everyone gets love in yoga here. With each exhale, allow yourself to go a little further down, a little deeper into the expression. I love when we get photobombed by the babies. Nice big sigh of relief. Just give yourself 2 more minutes in the expression here. Sorry, 3 more minutes. If you need to place a blanket under your back knee, this is a nice time to do that. And I'll just roll mine up because I've got some cobblestone underneath here. It's okay, Madhu. Deep breath in. And out. Breathing into the ascending colon, breathing into releasing the tension in the hip flexor and in the psoas, right in that space. We tend to carry so much energy there. It's nice to kind of let yourself rest into that position of release and surrender. If you wanted to place a bolster or a block underneath that thigh to help you, you can. I've got Madhu to help me too. He's so sweet. If you want to stay lifted, you can stay lifted. So this is just some modifications through your journey. This is also about the time you want to get out of the pose. So give yourself the time to stay in it. Or sitting in it, as one of my students likes to say, sitting in it. Sitting in it. Really letting it simmer. Notice what that feels like to simmer. Right in that thigh area. Try to soften, maybe sliding energy out with your hands. Remember to close your eyes if you wish and really notice what that feels like. Sending your inner intuition into the healing process, inner healing. We practice everything to heal from the inside out. This is our last minute together here on this side. We can do this. Relaxing through your back foot. Notice if it's sickling or if you need to reposition it slightly. Now, if you're in a chair, you're just extending your leg long behind you off the side of the chair and you're resting it on a knee. So if you've seen our previous videos, you'll know that modification at this point. And we've got 30 seconds. And here we go. Start to slowly rise up if you're not in a raised position. And hands will come down to the ground to lift and find movement in the leg, back and forth. Hello again. And then from here, I got all my little friends visiting. Maru, be nice. We're gonna come back through into a plank position. I love you too. All right, and then from plank position, step forward, left leg, right knee down. And then again, both of you playing around. Go to the other side, please. And then let's go ahead and take that knee down. And there you go. It's always something in our practice in our house. Go ahead, my little protector. Bless you. Bless you. And then bring your hands down. Press the right hip forward, left hip back. Again, I like to sit on something here and find myself resting. Here comes the little one. It's more of like a really playful, playful Yin Yoga class today as we're deepening into some serious stuff. So it's kind of fun to have that balance with these two characters in class today, playing around. My little guard dog. Bless. And then keep letting yourself melt into here for the next 4 minutes. So it's kind of fun because you notice in the transitions, like all the chaos happens, the dogs come, everybody's moving, all the sounds are happening, right? Then once you're settling into the posture, everything else kind of starts to settle down too. So it's really sweet. He's in love with this girl, as you obviously can see. Juancita. And then letting yourself go down a notch or two. Aww. Deeper exhale. Deeper inhales. Finding more expansion. And more release and surrender, like Juancita, surrender. So in our email the other day, we talked about seeing that effortlessness and that playfulness and that joy and that excitement and smiles of nature in the animals and everything around us, even within our own bodies. And how do we surrender into that? Now we got one more joining us. It's Animal Kingdom. Hi, Stevie. Take your time here for one more round, one more minute together. One more minute together. It's probably the most fun yoga class I've done in a long time. Now I know what it's like to do yoga with the animals for those fun yoga animal classes, y'all. Nice, come on, a little bit more movement now. Let's go ahead and move back and forth. Breathing out, breathing forward, and back. Go ahead and turn your block to a nice space where you can sit on your block. And we're going to walk our way into a wide-legged stretch here. And then just forward fold, because from here we're going to move from side to side very gently. Thanks, babe. Resting there. My block is my dog. Come back. Thank you. This is how we do yoga in Puerto Rico. And my block left me again. They'll come back. Let's walk our feet in, toes out, squat pose, and find your seat on your block so we can find our babies to come join us. Here we go. Now, extend the right. Good. And then from here, keep your left knee bent, knee over ankle. Thank you. Take your strap and take your strap around your right foot. Most of us might be sitting on something this is a little more comfortable. So those of you in a chair, completely understandable. And those of us on a block or on a blanket, very nice modification. Practice with me. Lift up and lengthen here. Good. And then place your left hand on your left thigh. Nice. And then begin to come forward on this right side. Some of us might come forward more at a diagonal. And let's hang out here for 2 minutes, okay? And you can walk your hand down the strap. Thank you. So I mentioned last time we did yin last week that we have our bolsters. So my dog is kind of the size of a bolster in his little roundness. And so you might want to use a nice big bolster or your nice big old dog to help you here. So they become a wall and their weight presses into your leg and your leg is pressing into your dog so that you can hug your dog, use your dog as your bolster, and then also pulling yourself forward to give yourself a nice hamstring stretch and IT band stretch. So yes, you can do yoga with your dogs. Yes, you can do yoga with your pets. And yes, you can have them going crazy around you while you're keeping your own peace. This is known as finding peace in the midst of chaos. And off he goes. Let's switch sides. Flex. Press. Come forward if you wish. 2 minutes, that's all. Find your smile. Find your playful nature. Let go of all judgments and all ego. Let go of what other people think. It's not important. What's important is what you think about yourself and how you speak to yourself, how you handle yourself. Here comes the tribe. And the boss. Right on. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and pull our legs back in, coming into what I like to call butterfly pose. Feet together and the knees apart. Quite some time. So in this particular asana, we'll be here for about 5 minutes. So I want to encourage you to make it very, very, very comfortable for yourself. This particular asana, you're going to either bring your feet together, the knees apart, sitting on something. Those of you that are already familiar with this pose, go ahead and get yourself into the posture. And then we're gonna sit for you and I, we're gonna sit on a block and pelvic floor tilts forward. Just reposition myself. And this way we have an anterior tilt, posterior tilt in the back. And then let's take the strap maybe and go ahead and create a nice happy loop. And when you do that, you want to loop yourself around so that the strap is around the blade side edge of your feet and it wraps behind you. So it's around your lower back as well. I know, Maru. So now you can utilize your lower back to have some support. And then those of you that are just sitting with the knees apart and the feet together and you feel a little uncomfortable, place blocks underneath your knees. If you so wish, if you want, you're also welcome to lay on your back for this pose. Nice. So I'm just resting my back, leaning slightly back to rest, and Maru is my block under my right knee, and I'm lifting up through my spine as to let myself rest into this pose, while at the same time pressing my feet towards one another and creating a little more intensity so that the knees can come apart. Each exhale allows you to release 10% more. A little more into the pose. Sometimes your feet just relax. Once you feel relaxed here and feel supported around the lower back. Very good. Already got 4 minutes left in the pose. See how I do? Just take yourself back to your breath. Let's come back to grounding again from all the chaos, all the stuff, all the fun stuff. Just take a moment to come back to that light. That deep, big, bright light again. And noticing from that light how it just emanates, it just expands, just grows. Gentle kiss of the wind on your cheeks. Just notice what that feels like. Or the AC in your home. The windows are open to breeze. Notice the warmth for those of you in colder climates. The warmth on your skin. That embrace, comfort, nurturing. All the emotions, what what distracted you, what maybe made you upset, all those things. Let them come out. Let them come out. Let them manifest. This is the space of releasing. Next 2 minutes, peace for yourself wherever you are. You're always welcome to mute the video for the next 2 minutes as well. And just slowly begin to wiggle the toes. Slide the hands to the knees. Windshield wiper like a butterfly. And then kindly release. Release your feet. Pull your strap apart or off. Unravel yourself. Nice. You have the option to stay lifted or you can come seated. I would probably prefer you stay lifted. If you have another block, great. Let's take the left foot underneath the right, and then kindly let's take the right foot over the left. This may not be a reality for most people, and I'm fine with that. You might even have yourself, and I'm going to take myself off the block now. You can do this in your chair. You can bring one leg up and leave the other one down. You can bring them both up into the chair if you feel so inclined, or on your couch, wherever you are, okay? You're going to want to work towards having the ankle over the knee in Dvi Raja Kapotasana, okay? This is known as two double-legged pigeon pose, or what we also know as fire log. I was like, what is it again? Fire log. So in this space, we have a knee supported by the block, resting in between the two planes. And then again, we lengthen up through the spine. Hug the elbows in and lean forward as best as you can. Taking note that you may be way up here today, okay? And this is completely fine as well. Stay here. Hands can be at the heart. They could be behind you, resting, protecting your back, giving you some support. We will be here for 3 minutes. Once you're settled, those of you who've already been in posture, once you're settled, just allow yourself to release. We'll begin the transition now for our last minute together into the next space that you feel good in, and remain there. Resist the urge to round through the spine. You want to stay active and strong, active and strong. You can add neck rolls. Just let go, let go. And very slowly, we're going to release. And let's go ahead and change positions, change sides. Maybe windshield wiper the knees from side to side first. It's always a nice thing to do. And then let's go ahead and take the right foot down. Take that block, get it ready, and then take the left foot over. Remember, take it to the extent that's great for you to start. All right, and then if you need to rest, rest your hands down on the ground, rest your hands down on the ground. You can have your hand on your pet. You can have your hand anywhere that you need some added support. Keep your chest lifted. Stay proud in your posture. You can even reach for the tibia. Resting here. Always giving yourself the time to transition. So you want to maybe start in a more regressed version and then begin to progress if you feel so inclined. Begin this transition to your next level. Transition to your last. Mm. Slowly come out of the pose. Very good. Windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Very good. Nice. And then let's go ahead and make our way into Shavasana. Find your way in a nice, long, comfortable experience, shaking anything out. Any last minute poses you'd like to offer, now is a good time to do that. I would even suggest letting the knees drop to the left, gazing to the right, getting a twist. You can do this on your back. You could do this seated. It's really just being really mindful today of our feet, ankles, shins, bodies. Back to center, and then let's go ahead and drop them over to the right, gaze to the left. Back to center, and then coming into stillness as I leave you here for your meditation for the next 5 minutes, giving yourself that space of gratitude, of love, of acceptance, of nourishment, of oneness. The divine light that lives in me honors, appreciates, and recognizes the divine light that lives in each of you. And together we hold the space, not the breath, in this next few moments in Shavasana. See you tomorrow, and namaste.